Hi, it's Jane with Scraptasticyarns, and we are ready for another video for more shoutouts. Yep, got a few. Alright, the first one is Jan Deere, Living Life. Janice knits and crochets, and she takes us along on that journey. Then there is Hobby Moth. This is Ash. The way she describes herself is just a queer neurodivergent human dabbling in countless hobbies and interests and sharing them with you. So you can call her Moth for now. She's 24 and her pronouns are she and they. She likes doing things like crochet vlogs and tutorials, craft show and small business content, mental health discussions and awareness, personal style and clothing, and thrift and craft hauls. I'm enjoying her channel. I hope you will too. Then we have Sunbeam Fabric Art. This is Annette, and she shares happiness, joy, and fun. She loves turning fabric into the fun, pretty and practical items, and she loves taking something old and making it new. And boy, does she have some interesting things to do. Then there is the Crafty Co. These are crochet tutorials. I could not find first name. Mary Dolls is our next one. This is Hobby World. Her channel does various content such as dolls, recycling projects, handcrafts, DIY projects, ornaments, and souvenirs. And, again, couldn't find a first name. And I will tell you, that kind of annoys me. I mean, people, if you're going to start a channel, let people know your name. If you're not going to say it each time, then put it down in the description box or somewhere on your channel so that they can find your name. It's nice to know someone's name, you know? This next lady, her channel is called Mean Queen Super Scrimper. I love her name. Now, I'm not sure I'm pronouncing her first name correctly. Iona. She is a past, I think she is a past truck driver. I do know that she has some truck driving experience in her life. But she does a lot of recycling, upcycle, and a lot of thrifty finds. And I just find her interesting to listen to. Then there is Dawn Aaron. This is Handmade Creations with all the love of beautiful stitch markers and crochets, and she does share all of that with us. This next lady, she may not be for everybody, so be forewarned. However, her channel is very interesting. It is Ari Katarina May. No, Ari Katarina, that is her name of her channel. This may not be for you if you are weak-stomached. She does some serious, deep cleaning. Think hoarders. Okay? She calls herself the Queen of Cleaning. And yes, she gives you a lot of cleaning tips and cleaning hacks. She also does free cleaning help. Now, I believe she is based in Iceland, so I don't know that she'd come to the States and help you clean, but you never know. I mean, she may. She is the Queen of Cleaning, right? Anyway, I learned something this week that I never knew. When you use bleach, use cold water and not hot. It actually works better with cold water. How did I not know that? I find that interesting. This next channel is a very interesting channel. It is Firefly Berries and Berry Fun Yarns. This is Tanya and Dean, and they share the happenings that go on around their fruit farm, Firefly Berries, and that's the name of their fruit farm. They also, Tanya shares her adventures with the Berry Fun Yarns. This is naturally dyed yarn line and all of the things that she is making and crafting. It's a very interesting channel. And she is a knitter, I believe. I don't know that she does crochet. At least the videos that I watched, she didn't do any crochet. Then there is So Simple Home. This is Chelsea, and she believes that sewing can build confidence and creativity in everyone. And she'll actually show you how sewing really can be that simple. Yeah, some of the things are very interesting. Then there is Crafty Kristen J. This is Kristen, and she loves to knit. Her blog, Half of the Half of We Share Needles podcast. And next one is We Share Needles. They are two friends that chat about their knitting, Maddie and Kristen. Made by Maddie is Maddie's Story and Life blog. And it's interesting to see each one of these ladies, how they go about their daily life and come together with their joy of knitting together. So, yeah, it's a lot of fun. Now, most of their videos, I think, are done over Zoom. Don't quote me, but I think through Zoom. Then there is Gypsy Bird Makes. This is Bethany, and she also is a knitting lover. So she takes you on her knitting adventure with some fun vlogs thrown in here and there. And she also has a very nice motto that I like, and that is, "This is the day the Lord has made. I will rejoice and be glad in it." And that comes from Psalm 119:24. This next one is Got Whips podcast. This is all about knitting and crocheting and all things yarny. This is Nikki and Heather. And they are also on Ravelry and Instagram as well, I believe. So you can find both of them as well as under their name Got Whips podcast, which is Got WIPS podcast. Then there is the Crafted Pearl. This is Jen. She does sewing, crochet, and knitting. Then there is Tinia. I think that's how you pronounce her first name. The Breakfast Crew. She is an Army wife, mother of two, nurse, and yarn addict. She is a recent blogger, loves watching podcasts and reading books. She knits and crochets her fingers to the bone, and she is willing to do test knits and crochet. So keep her in mind. She is in her second to last semester of nursing school and working full time at an Army hospital. And I just love this little blurb. Why the Breakfast Crew? My husband's nickname is Pancake, and when we got married they called me Syrup. My son is Sticks, French toast, and my daughter is Butter. Hence, we are known as the Breakfast Family. I love that. I just love that. Alright, and the next channel is Pancake and Lulu Yarn and Fiber. This is Amy Neer, and she is an indie dyer, and she's got some beautiful yarns. So check out her channel as well as her business. This next one is the Skein Scoop podcast. This is a knitting and crocheting podcast. It features Lori and Justine from the Skein Yarn Shop in East Greenwich, Rhode Island. So they love to share what they're doing and catch you up on the things that are going on in the shop as well. Next one is Just One More Project Bag. Now, this lady Tiffany, her last video was 6 months ago, but I gotta tell you, I enjoy watching a lot of what she was doing. She is a 40-year-old happily married woman, South Maryland, I think, native, who makes people yarn accessory garments, quilts, and messes. She loves the great outdoors and all creation has to offer. They love to tent camp as well, so she takes her knitting with her everywhere. She is a Tennessee volunteer fan. That can't be a bad thing when you are a fan, right? Finally, she admits to being a complete coffee addict and a bit of a coffee snob. Her favorite in the whole world is the single origin, Guatemalan roasted by Rise Up Coffee on the eastern shore of her great state. I've never tried it. Maybe I need to try it. Then there is Dana. That's it, simply Dana. She calls herself a girl mom, happily married wife to a nuclear engineer, and she resides in Tennessee. She just retired from being a full-time independent yarn dyer of 14 years, brand Unwind Yarn Company. She is still a total boss babe, though. She makes epoxy tumblers, and she has an Etsy shop called Unwind Originals. She's also a Color Street director, and she has Pampered Nails by Dana. If it's a craft, she's probably dabbled in it. Haven't we all? Haven't we all? Favorites are knitting, spinning, cross-stitch, and embroidery, and she shares all of that with us. Then there is Just One N. This is Elizabeth. Just welcome to Just One N. This channel is where I post my knitting video podcast that I have started in order to join the virtual knitting community and chronicle my crafty life. She hopes that you like what you see. And I hope we like it too. And if I remember correctly, her name is Elizabeth Zimmerman. Don't quote me on that. But not the Elizabeth Zimmerman that wrote all the books, the Schoolhouse Press. But she may be related. I wonder. Then there is Bead Sisters. This is Kay. She is the host of the Bead Sisters YouTube channel as well as the audio podcast. She talks about knitting and quilting. And she admits to being a beginner at quilting, so don't report her to the quilt police. And they also share their life on their rural farm. Then there is Twisted Gypsy. This is Sherry. And Sherry loves doing Dollar Tree hauls and grocery hauls. She calls herself a queen-ager, living my best life. She has some great hauls, so check her out. Then there is Yarn Hellions. This is a knitting and books podcast that is hosted by Sarah Flynn and Christine Parker. They dye yarn and design knitting patterns and read all kinds of novels. And they share all of that with us. Then there is He Who Knits. Just a guy who knits. We'll talk yarn, patterns, needles, whips, yarn hauls, favorite shops, stitches, and anything else. And this is Steve who has this. Then there is Busy Peach LLC. I could not find Busy Peach's first name. Maybe it's Peach. I don't know. But she's excited to share with you some of the most helpful and interesting crochet and craft videos. And yes, she does them. but she is also a luxury cotton and tencel yarn dyer, crochet artist, maker of journals, creator of the Saturday Morning Shenanigans on Instagram. And you can find her online at busypeach.com. And these next two, I think they've only got 2 podcasts up so far. But I thought, yeah, I got yarn for that. The name of their channel is We Have Yarn for That. This is Rachel and Caitlin. They are knitters. So go enjoy their journey. Then there is Breaking Yarn. This is Mikolai? I think that's how you pronounce her name. She has a hand-dyed yarn where she does small batches, and she makes up a lot of those parts of those. And she uses Breaking Bad colorways. She lives in Albuquerque, New Mexico. Some of my old stomping grounds. They have quite a few varieties of yarns out there. So she hopes that you will come along for that ride. She has a lot of things that she calls like Walter White's transformation, but without the bad. If you don't know, this story was based on Walter White, and he was a chemistry teacher in Albuquerque, New Mexico, who did some rather nefarious things before he died. The process, part 2, she calls, is the process of breaking color in the dye pot. This is where you get multiple colors out of one color due to the rate at which the colors adhere to the yarn, and the color becomes exhausted. Any of the colorways with that name breaking in the title is a broken color. She does knitting, crochet, yarn dyeing, and she really appreciates your support of small businesses, as do I. Alright, this last one was featured in one of the Watt Incarnation stories, and this is Zach King. His videos are all about magic. He posts magical videos to add more magic to your day. So I hope you will give Zach a look-see. I know I've enjoyed quite a few of his videos without subscribing, but I think I actually subscribed this time. Alright guys, that's it for this round of shoutouts. I hope you enjoyed it. And I will see you again soon. Remember to be kind to one another, love one another, and enjoy all that God offers us in the way of the creation He's created for us. See you guys soon. Bye.